Hello everybody, my name is Briar Young, and if you're watching this video, you've probably already seen the original animation, Spring in a Storm. But if you've not, I've linked it down below. Also, I must warn you, to anyone with epilepsy or any other photosensitivity issues, this video does contain flashing lights, so please be warned. Thank you! So, what's step 1 to making your Spring in a Storm animation? Planning! The answer is planning, of course. I was actually intending to release this on my 17th birthday, but my birthday is a couple months away, and I made this animation in 5 days. So after my religious walls of text, I decided to start animating. The first layer of this abomination is mostly a blue screen, so I could layer in everything else I needed to afterwards. And this is how I created the blue screen. In the first shot, I had to move the computer monitor out of frame because it would have blocked the view of the character, so it's just sitting off to the side for now while I sit in the chair and move my fingers as if I was typing on a screen I'm not looking at. When the computer monitor was needed again, I just popped it right back into frame. And oh, alas, here is our friend Briar popping out from the screen with X eyes, and also not actually popping out from the screen, just phasing through it. And then I phased through it too, very messily actually. But by the magic of cropped camera angles, none of you can see it! Hurrah! After that was said and done, I used an edited version of an effect entitled Self-Burning to create the transition between the void and the room. Then in dramatic fashion, the camera zooms in and past two little Briar models, just sitting there. Then we have the shot of the desk, which I think is what most people were curious about. Right next to the desk, I'm going to talk about him first. This is a little eyeball model I made, and he's as 2D as can be. He's the laziest little boy. And all he really is a series of morphs that work together to make him move and blink, and also hide the eyeball in the middle, because I didn't account for that. This is a piece of paper I made, and I made a 2D animation, and then I uploaded each frame of the animation as a texture onto this little square, and then I can slide between the different frames and time them how I'd like on the timeline, and it's just that simple. And then Briar has a little weep fest. Me, so sad, going crazy. There's not much more to this part other than I cheated with the camera a lot, and so you can't see any mistakes. This part is pretty simple too. The character just moves in and out. It's literally only head and upper body animation, and that's about all. This right here is another 2D animation. It's the same method as the piece of paper, except wonkier because I didn't really animate it correctly, so I just did my best with what I had. This here is pretty simple too, just curling inwards, curling back out, and then spawning back in the room. Here I used self-burning again, and I attached it to an invisible cylinder so I can change the size of it how I need to and move it around, and it makes my life so much easier for this transition. And then right here, I've gotten a couple questions on how I do the spiral eyes. It's just 2 UV morphs. One changes the texture to the spiral back and forth, and the other zooms in and out on that texture, and then I just choose the speed at which I want it to do that. And that's how you make the eyes spiral without a green screen or doing anything super fancy. And then out from the chaos once more, and I pass out on the desk, but I didn't bother to make it not clip. You guys don't see it. Why should I make it not clip? You guys don't care. You aren't seeing it. Well, you're seeing it now. It doesn't matter. And then passed out on the desk. That's about it. After that, I made a couple background prop animations. They're just on their own green screen, and they're doing their own thing. It's just objects floating. It's so simple. And then there was this guy. I was like, what if an overworked Psy? He did something. And he just has his silly little spiral eyes. Yeah, that's him. And then this was the screen footage that I badly edited in, and I animated this in 5 minutes. I did not care enough to make something good. He just floats. That's all he does. He floats. And then I made the swirly spiral background in KinoMaster, and it's just like a bunch of colors sitting underneath a kaleidoscope, and also 2 swirls, and they also change color and move, and it's just a bunch of layered effects, and that's all it is, and it's a lot of them. And yeah. This thing is just barely taller than me. Then came the recording. OMG, reality. Briar in real life? Briar in real life? OMG? I sat and I lip synced and I moved like a cartoon character. That's me. Look at me. I'm going wild. Then I had this guy. I thought I was gonna use him more. I made him in my ceramics class, and he's just a little eyeball, and he follows the camera when you move your head, and he's an eyeball. That's him. Then my little sister decided to come in and bully me for my setup. I'm gonna test it and see if it works. I had supposedly just finished, and I was about to record the desk section. Then I got an idea. I gotta draw a picture. Don't think the details on this are gonna matter too much. My socks. I don't think they're gonna matter too much, but it'll be a cool detail. Got two little drawings on the desk. It was supposed to mimic this frame in the animation. I don't think anyone was able to see it though. Ideally, I'd like the camera to be like right here. Socks is about to send the world a message. You'd like to tell everyone something really important? You take over the government with your little ferret legs? She's a girl. Then I also turned my computer monitor into a green screen. Or tried to. And my phone's picking it up as blue. Where's Briar? I see you. According to my Discord server, the eyeball did end up poking me in the arm, and that's really funny that I didn't know. I looked at my phone. It's a rookie mistake. You should never look at the camera when you film it. Never. It slid. I don't know if it slid. I don't know if that slid. Bees on tongue. That was probably the one. I did it. And then finally, I put it all together, all assembled in its glory, I guess. It's just a video and it moves. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.